As we turn the calendar to April, we all know what that means. It's time to start thinking about the NFL draft. Brendan Beane even said so himself. Where do the Bills pick? What do the Bills need? I'll let you know right now. Welcome to Believe Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome as we get you ready for the 2019 NFL Draft. The 2019 NFL Draft is April 25th to 27th, and we are going to have you covered right here for all things Buffalo Bills concerning the NFL Draft. Before we do that, however, I want to remind everyone to hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you're looking forward to most from the Buffalo Bills this NFL Draft period. We all know that we went nuts during free agency, signing 15, 16, 17 players, but we have other needs. We know that we have other needs, and I'm going to talk about what those needs are. I'm going to talk about all of the Buffalo Bills draft picks in this episode and exactly when the NFL draft is, and you want to make sure you catch it right here live. We will be live for days 1 and 2 of the NFL draft. So after you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified when we go live for the NFL draft. So the NFL draft, like I said, is April 25th through the 27th. The 25th is a Thursday. The NFL draft will start 8 p.m. And on Thursday, April 25th, we'll have the first round of the NFL draft where the Buffalo Bills select 9th overall. And again, we will be live right here for all of day 1 of the NFL draft. You go to day 2, April 26th, we'll have the second and third rounds of the NFL draft. And again, we will be live right here for you on Believers Talk. And then on Saturday, April 27th, you'll have the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds. At that time, we will not be live for those rounds. That's a Saturday. I may do something after the NFL draft is over, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens, but we'll be live day 1 and day 2. So now let's talk about the Buffalo Bills draft. Where do they draft? We know day 1 they draft 9th overall. We're very excited about to have the top 10 pick, but where else do they draft? They have 10 draft picks this season. Count them. 10 draft picks, and we are one of 6 NFL teams that have 10 or more draft picks this season. So it's a good position to be in, because that means we have a lot of flexibility, right? We have a lot of draft capital that we can either use to trade up or maybe even get some more draft capital if we trade back. We are also in that good of a position where we can afford to trade back and maybe get some more picks later. So the New England Patriots have the most with 12. There are a couple who have 11 and then a couple more of 10. We are one of 6 teams again that have 10 or more draft picks this year in the NFL draft. So where exactly are they? Again, we know about the first round pick, 9th overall in the NFL draft. You go over to the second round, you talk about the 8th overall pick in the second round, which would be the 40th. The 8th pick in the second round, which would be the 40th overall pick. Then you go to the third round, you're talking about the 10th pick in the third round, which would be the 74th overall pick. Then you go on to day 3, and this is where we start seeing a few rounds where the Bills have 2 picks, right? The 4th and 5th round, the Bills have 2 picks in both of them. In the 4th round, we have the 10th or 112th overall pick, and then the 29th or 131st overall pick. That 131st overall pick was acquired by us through the Kansas City Chiefs when they traded with us for linebacker Reggie Ragland back in 2017. So here we are still seeing some benefits from that trade. A 5th round pick for Reggie Ragland with the Kansas City Chiefs 2 years ago in 2017. So that's how we acquired our second 4th round pick. And then you go to the 5th round. We have the 9th pick of the 5th round, which would be the 147th overall, and that's ours. That's one that we had the whole time. And then we have the 20th pick in the 5th round, the 158th pick overall. This pick was acquired from our trade with the Oakland Raiders when we traded A.J. McCarron to the Raiders. We got a 5th round pick in this year's draft in return. So that was just last offseason. This offseason, we get that draft pick. So we're looking forward to see that. A.J. McCarron didn't get to see much of the field. So to get a 5th round pick for him, I think is a pretty good deal. Then go to the 6th round. We just have 1 pick in the 6th round. That's the 181st overall pick. 7th round, again, you're talking 2 more picks in the 7th round. The 225th overall and 228th overall. That 228th pick, a lot of you might not remember that was received from us from the Carolina Panthers back in 2017 when we traded Kevin Seymour to the Carolina Panthers. We received a player, I forget who it was, and this pick. So 10 picks overall. Again, a lot of draft capital to work with. Maybe move up, and even if you don't move up in the first round, you can move up in the second or third round. Maybe get 2 picks in the second round or 2 picks in the third round with all that draft capital you have. So we'll see what the Buffalo Bills decide to do with all that, or they can again decide to trade down and even get more draft capital. Who knows what the Bills are going to do? But those are the 10 draft picks currently as they sit. I don't think that's just going to be boom, 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 boom. Like, I think there is going to be some movement in the draft picks for the Buffalo Bills come draft day. I look forward to it. And again, I will have you covered right here on Believers Talk. So let's move to draft needs. What do the Buffalo Bills need? We saw in free agency, they went nuts, right? 15, 16 signings. So we know we have a lot of depth signings. We signed some players that are meant, Andre Roberts in particular, just for special teams, right? We signed 3 or 4 players just for special teams. So where do the Bills sit as far as team needs heading into the 2019 NFL Draft? Well, guys, there are quite a few holes that we can fill still, right? And if you can't fill them, you can at least get better in those positions. So I narrowed it down to 6 potential team needs that we need with these 10 draft picks. And I ranked them in order from 6 to 1. So I'm going to tell you my order as far as draft needs. And again, guys, leave comments. I'm sure you guys will disagree with me. I'm sure you guys will say, hey, what about this position? And please leave it in a comment below. We'll talk about it happily. So 6th position overall, when I'm ranking them 1 through 6. 6th, I have the running back position. We just cut Chris Ivory. We signed Frank Gore, which means our running back 1 and 2 average age is 33 years old. So we know we need to get younger. We know we need to get younger. However, this is the type of position that can wait until day 3 of the NFL Draft. Talking about 4th round, 5th round, 6th round. So that's why I ranked it a little lower. I'm sure some of you might have that higher because, again, our running back room is a little short-handed and it's a little old. But this is the type of pick that you can wait for day 3 for. So I have the running back position ranked as the 6th need for the Buffalo Bills. At 5, I have wide receiver. We just signed Beasley. We just signed Brown. Wide receiver is the type of position that we can wait for. Now, I know a lot of people out there love DK Metcalf, and DK Metcalf is a freak, and I'm not saying he's not, and I'm not even saying I would be disappointed if we drafted him on day 1. I'm just saying it might not be the biggest need right now. We do need a big guy, right? We need someone who can go up and get the ball. We have all these slot receivers. We have these speed receivers with Foster and Brown. We have these slot receivers with Zay and Beasley. Who's going to be that big guy to go up and get it? The guy that we wanted Kelvin Benjamin to be last year, who is going to be that guy for the Buffalo Bills? We do need him, but is he as big of a need as some of these other positions moving forward? I'm not sure about that. So going to my number 4 position, you're talking about defensive tackle. Kyle Williams retired last season. Defensive tackle is one of those few positions that we haven't addressed in free agency. Now, I know last year in 3rd round we had signed, we got Harrison Phillips in the NFL Draft last year, and I think the role of Harrison Phillips is going to increase, right? He's going to get more snaps, but we still need a rotational piece who can be that 3rd guy. Star Lotulelei, and then you got Phillips, who's going to be that 3rd guy to rotate in, so to give them guys a break. We'll see what happens. I think we can definitely address this on day 2 or day 3, and that is why I ranked them 4th. Tight end. We still need to get a tight end, guys. I know we technically now have 3 tight ends in the tight end room, but what kind of production can we expect out of them, right? We're talking about Jason Kroom. Okay, Jason Kroom was a rookie last season. Showed signs that he could play well. He had some fumbles in that last season that I wasn't a fan of, and I'm sure a lot of you weren't a fan of either. But we have him. We just signed Tyler Kroft from the Cincinnati Bengals in free agency. Again, a good blocking tight end, is able to catch the ball, had a couple breakout games, but never consistently put it together. And then we have the other tight end whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know I did a video on him. Again, from Cincinnati, previously an offensive lineman who is going to be converted to a tight end. But is that all you want there, is my question. Don't you want a guy who, first of all, who can be the guy who can catch a ball, right? We know that Tyler Kroft's going to be more of a blocking tight end. If you're talking about a guy who used to play offensive guard, he's going to be more of a blocking tight end. Who is going to be your threat, your security blanket for that young quarterback, Josh Allen? Who's going to be that guy? You need to have that guy, and I think that is why I have tight end 3rd as far as the top needs for the Buffalo Bills. And then you go to right tackle. Right tackle is a position that we did address this offseason free agency, signing Ty Nsekhe and also signing LeAdrian Waddle. both of them might be a great rotational fit for our offensive line, but are they going to be a starter? We need a stud guard, or stud tackle, and at the number 2 slot as far as my team needs. And that offensive line, we know how bad it was last year. We need to just continue to improve. I'm all about winning games at the trenches, and this would just help with that. And that goes to my number 1 draft need. I'm talking offensive guard. Guys, we really need to get an offensive guard in here. Again, we know how bad the offensive line was. I know we signed Jon Feliciano this free agency period, but I really think we need at least one more offensive guard that we can actually get day 1, maybe day 2 of this NFL draft. We'll see what happens, but that is a quick breakdown of the Buffalo Bills, kind of Buffalo Bills NFL Draft 101, if you would, for me. So that is why I wanted to bring you in this episode. Again, if you don't like what I had to say, if you disagree with my team needs, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. Please do. But make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and then, again, hit that notification bell because we will be live for the NFL Draft. I'm going to keep you covered between here and then from the NFL Draft, whether it be mock drafts. I'm going to do a full first-round mock draft, and I'm going to do a full 7-round mock draft for the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to give you some player profiles. You know, I'm not going to do what a lot of the other channels do. They do a great job of breaking down some of these college players. I might do that a little bit, but I will reference those channels if you want to see more of those type of videos, just because I think they are already on YouTube. I'm not going to do things already here, and I want them to get their credit for the work that they do as well. So I'm not going to do a full breakdown, but I will break down some players here and there, and again, go over our team needs and say some players that might fit at that time. And then also, I will be giving you any updates as far as visitors Buffalo Bills who have asked to practice privately or whatever have you, and things like that, so that way you know who the Buffalo Bills might be interested come NFL Draft Day. Again, it's not about the first round, it's about all 7 rounds, 10 picks. The Buffalo Bills can make some moves, maybe do something like last year. We ended up with 2 picks in the first round. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'm excited. Hope you're excited too. Again, leave a comment, subscribe, like this video, and I'll talk to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.